YouTube? It's your boy Dell back again with another reaction video. So this time I feel like I wanted to discuss something that I've been in because I've been in the game for a long time, and while I'm not taking credit for what you're about to see, I can speak on the experience about what it was like, and I can also highlight someone that every one of you should know, which is my homie, Maestro me, Sekou McMiller, who is a freaking genius and still setting trends and being a badass that he is to this day. So please watch it. And please look him up because he's amazing. And if you guys like this one, I can talk about some other performances that I've been in and speak on those experiences as well. But I do generally want to keep this about like videos that inspire me and things that I like. Who knows? Who knows where this takes me? If you guys enjoy these videos, then maybe I'll just touch on other stuff, just like stuff from the summit or other stuff, just whatever. I'm open to anything. So what you're about to see is a performance from the Descarga Caribe Dance Company, founded by Sekou McMiller. We were the first Antu salsa group in the city. And my laundry's done. I gotta go fold the dryer, but they can wait. Fold my clothes from the dryer, I mean. So what I want to say about this is we did this piece in Chicago, I believe, in 2004. And it went well. The reception was pretty good. And then I believe in May-ish, if I'm remembering correctly, the LA Congress was happening at the time. It was a huge deal, and it was like a massive thing. And salsa was still kind of like the major dance, and the other dances were still a little bit more on the outskirts. So the Salsa Congress was so massive that it was in this big ass tent, and a lot of people fit in. I'm going off memory, but I know there was several, I guess it would be over 3, right? So there was definitely over 1,000 people in the clip watching this video. I would gather more than 2,000. I wanted to say several thousand, but like I said, it could have been anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 people in the tent. It was a big event. It was a lot of fun. So that's what you're about to see. It was a piece that Sekou created called Agua, Nile from the Hector Lavoe song, not the Mark Anthony song, the real one, the Hector Lavoe song. And yeah, that's what you guys are about to see. So check it out. Let's watch it. All right, so we had a little bit of we were doing our thing like all bare chesting and stuff. So currently I'm the one all the way squatting down on the left of the screen. Sekou's the one in the middle. The dancers are Micah, Cletus in the background, Veronica, Christina, Paulina, and Leah. Sekou's a damn snake. Look at him. He's got no bones. Look at him. Okay, so about this. A year prior, there was a piece that the company had done. I do remember the name, but it's irrelevant. And there was this part that was kind of similar in feeling to what we just did there. And I remember he didn't want me to do it because I didn't know how to move my body. And I shouldn't even do that because the reality was I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was really new at the time. And he didn't let me do it. And it kind of made me sad panda because I wanted to. The part was dope. And we even went to some place. I don't know where the hell we went, but we went and drove and met up some guy who was like an African dancer. And he kind of choreographed this bit for us, an opening, and we did it, but I wasn't allowed to do it at the time because I didn't have my stuff in order. So now that I'm here on stage as one of the principals doing it, I was pretty happy about that. I remember that was a pretty moment of pride for myself. And please remember, in context, this is a long time ago, so the game has changed a lot. So I hope you guys, with that in mind, can appreciate the staging and the direction artistically of what was happening. Because at the time, people were doing synchronized swimming. That's what I refer to it. Everyone was just doing the same thing over and over again in a formation and not really doing anything. And then all of a sudden, we come out with this. Yeah, so I remember I think I remember there was some cat who was a friend. I believe he's in San Diego. I believe David Steen, I think is his name. I met him a couple times. He's a really cool guy. And he's still doing his thing out there too, Majesty in Motion. I met him around the way with Sekou because on the Congress circuit, we would run into them and they were really taking off at the time. The scene was, there's a lot of salsa people in the scene at the time. And he told, I remember Sekou told me, and I could be wrong, so I don't want to put you on blast, David, if this is not true, but I remember Sekou had mentioned to me that he would get high and watch this piece because he wanted to kind of like study the formations on it, which I found funny because like in hindsight now, people are doing a lot more creative staging, but remember that everything has to stair step and someone has to start the ball rolling and then it goes further and further and further. So now we see a lot of beautiful staging and that's just kind of part of the game now. But back when, I mean, this was like, what the hell did you all just do? You know what I'm saying? So I think that was really dope. And that was one of the things that the group became known for, the clever staging. And that became something that was pretty prominent with some of Sekou's more production-based pieces. If you look on YouTube, I believe Sekou reimagined some of these pieces. He ended up moving to New York in 2009. So the company, Descarga, lasted for like officially 7 years. And the good thing about us as a company is we stuck together for the most part. The core stayed together. It was really strong. So later, the team got better and better because, of course, if the dancers stay together for longer, they understand each other, they understand the style, the movement, the philosophy of the company. So he reimagined some of these things with different dancers. And I will say the dancers are better, you know, the current ones that he did it with again. But I feel like the flavor was a little bit more, the sabor was more together in this one simply because we were all on the same page, where these dancers in New York were coming from different places and doing it. And again, no shade whatsoever because the dancers from New York did an amazing job. But I feel like this was from nothing to this, you know what I mean? As opposed to just pulling talented people and putting something together. So watch me mess this up. I'm on the right now. I'm gonna mess this whole bit up. This little damn step, I could never figure it out. I don't know. Something happened somewhere here. Or I just faked the funk. So I faked the hell out of the funk over there. What had happened was, what had happened was I moved to New York and I just came back like 3 months prior. So I had to learn this piece very quickly. So there was a couple of steps. This was kind of a long piece and a lot of movement and stuff. So I was like, oh, what was where? So I remember always having trouble with, I don't know, now I know it's a damn toe heel step, but like at the time, it just like, my body wouldn't do it. So as I'm watching it, I'm like, cringing because I feel like I'm about to mess it up, but I kind of played it off. It wasn't that bad. But look at the way the layers happen. It's cool. Clearly it could be cleaner and the staging is a little offset. If you look at the stage is actually a little bit crooked, like it's tilting. We felt that a little bit on the floor. The spacing is off a little bit. Sekou's a champ though, because if you watch him coming up right now, he realizes it because he looks back for a second and then adjusts on the fly. And his partner was really good about, Christina, she was really good about adjusting, which I think is cool because, you know, like the better you get on stage, you have to, with experience, you have to learn how to make these micro adjustments quickly and not get frazzled by, oh, damn, I'm out of place, you know? So you'll see it right now. Watch Sekou in front, on the left. Look at him, he's looking, he fixed it. Bam, and we go. See, now it looks pretty solid. And remember, the camera's a little off center, so the back couple on the left is not necessarily off. For the record, spinning wasn't necessarily something the company was overly focused on, or like, you know, fast multiples at the time. So some of these are step through, but I also always got put, for whatever reason, maybe this was he trusted me, or maybe this was just like let him figure it out. But I always got put with the new girl. So in this case, the girl I'm dancing with was kind of struggling to get through this stuff. I remember it was a challenge for her. Woo! That's looking rough right now. Okay, so what's about to happen, if you're familiar with the song, it kind of like builds up into this little crescendo and all of a sudden it just stops, right? And I think most of the people are so familiar with the song that they thought that that was going to be the end of the piece, right? So, in one of my favorite dance moments ever of being on stage, like ever, in the way this was received, is people thought that it was over. So, watch the crowd react and then watch as they realize, like, oh, no, no, they're going to keep moving. You know what I mean? So, it's partly the reason I love the clip so much, even though it's in terrible quality, is that the silhouettes are so striking against the color background. You can clearly see the people reacting. Mind you, this is a couple thousand people in here. Ow! I got goosebumps. Damn. Still. Look at Seiku's ass all backwards. Look at him. If I ever do another one of our pieces, we had this ongoing joke that Seiku would always do rogue styling because no matter what he told us to do, he did something different. He just kind of did his own thing. So a lot of times, if you watch the guys, we look off because he's doing something different, but it's him just doing his own thing and feeling how he was feeling it. You know what I mean? So it's great because truthfully, at the time, it was Sekou McMillan, and but he never said that. He not like a lot of these other directors who put their name in front of their team, which I think is lame. It's whack, and for me, it makes it feel like I'm more important than the rest of you, and this is about me. It's like a vanity thing. So I applaud Sekou. Sorry, that was very frank about my feelings there, but that's how I feel. It was always Descarga Caribe. That being said, I'm not ignorant. I'm aware of the fact that pretty much everyone who knew him was watching Sekou, as they should have. He was the best one on stage, right? But kudos to all the directors out there who don't make it about them, because it's about the team. Because the team makes the piece, not the director. Even though the director's the brains behind it, and they should get the acclaim, I guess, the respect for doing so. But you know, it's a team effort, so it's about the we, not the me. You know, so. Ooh, wrong turn there. Uh-oh. Oh. Now, obviously, the guys are on the left at the moment. Watch Sekou, and to this day, he'll negate this. He'll say it was my fault, but watch his ass come right into my line because he doesn't know how to. I shouldn't even say that. He like spun all crooked and stuff. I guess he was his body, so he comes right into my line. So watch this. Look at him. All both of them cramped in my boy. Your boy. And as you are about to see, it comes back to how it started, which I think is a really cool touch. Here's another one of the times where I didn't know what the hell I was doing with the feet. So like the footwork was a little weird to me at the time. I didn't know. I didn't have context. You know what I'm saying? So like I remember struggling on the footwork here, but I'm in the background, so you can't really see me. Woo. Thank the stars I'm covered right now in a second. Bam. Woo, man. So that set it off for the team. A lot of good stuff happened after that. You know, I still to this day think if you just come out and do the right, like a really impressive thing, people will still remember, right? So just got to make something memorable, right? That's the hard part. But there's always context when something's still fresh and new. That if you think left when everyone's thinking right, you'll stand out. And I think that's a situation of what happened here. So kudos to the team. I got love for all those people on the stage. And yeah, that was something that I was in. So I'll continue to watch other people's stuff because, I'm a huge fan of a lot of people. So I'll continue to do that. But a little taste into something for my own dance history. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you guys on the next one. I will start doing more. And please, if you guys have any things that you guys would like me to react to, post them in the videos below. Oh, in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and support your boy, okay? Talk to you guys later. Peace.